What is wisdom? Wisdom is simply the anticipation of a consequence. Wisdom is the study of difference. The difference in people is their value. And this is why God said, listen, watch this. God said he had put a difference between his people and other people. God is saying there is a uniqueness about those who are my children and those who are not. You read that in Exodus 11, where he talked about putting a difference between the children of Israel, between Israel and the Egyptians. Is there a difference now between the Nigerian situation as it stands right now and criminals who are actually bandits today, wrecking and havoc on lives? Is there any difference between the criminals in power right now, masquerading as leaders? Nothing. Nothing. There is no difference between them and animals. So ants are better off. I say it, ants are better off because ants have leaders. I use ants and bees as examples. Ants, we read in the scriptures, can organize elections. Why? Because they have leaders. They have leaders. That means they can organize elections. You know what legitimacy is? Nigeria can't organize common elections. It's an indictment on the people. And I want to speak to you. I'm not speaking because, look, I've forgotten about those ones who are, less than animals calling themselves leaders. They are not. They are just what I call local champions. And by the way, exposing truths that will provoke you to do something. The people of Nigeria rise up and resist these less than animals. Less than animals. Ants are better. Listen to me, because that's what scriptures have shown us. These are less than animals. You're signing an election bill that already has put rigging into motion, because we know that day there will be no network, there will be no internet, there will be none. That's the frivolous excuse. There will be late arrival of materials. We can predict that. But if the people can come out en masse, imagine when 1 million people gather in an environment for the elections. Which of the thugs is going to have their way? Which of the police is going to have their way? Because you have a thug in power, so he's going to use thugs. I'm going to tell you right now, there will be thugs on that day. There will be late arrival of election materials. He's going to do everything for the abnormal, because it's an abnormal, less than human being situation. You got to do something. You got to step out there. People got to come out. But B2B, you have to lead the way. I'm sorry, because when you step out, let us see them touch you. Sometimes something has to happen. This is why American blacks are free today. The African Americans, because Martin Luther King stood tall and fought for the people. It's time to fight. It takes only a revolution to remove demented lunatics. It takes a revolution. Because you know what? Someone with a gun never knows when to quit. He thinks it's invisible. This is how they feel. Wike feels invisible. Tinubu feels invisible. But I want to tell you, they are cowards. They are cowards. You don't just know it. When you step out now on the street, let me tell you, they already have emergency escape. That DSS that is torturing lives, scaring lives, intimidating people in Nigeria, have already made an escape route. It's standard protocol. They'll be out of Nigeria in seconds. And you take over Sorok and do what is right for the people. God bless you. I've often talked about the difference in people. There is the study of difference, or there is the school of difference. There are differences in people. And your difference from someone else is your value. Your difference, your uniqueness from someone else is your value. That is the appreciation about you for which people are willing to pay you, and to the level they are willing to pay you. I say this because I often compare two European countries, typical European countries. And let's just look at Germany and Poland. And this is not a slight on any civilization or nationality, but this is just to say they are neighbors, but one is an industrial power, the other is upcoming. But one has been historically an industrial power, in this case, Germany. And there are standards in Germany that you would even go across border or in other parts of Europe that are non-existent. I mean, I'm talking of egalitarian standards. I'm talking of rule of law. I'm talking of even as little as the standard of a car or the roadworthiness of a car, you would find that in Germany, the premium levels are maintained, are upheld. But you go to some other countries within Europe or just across the border, and it may not just be the case. There is something about peoples. There is something about peoples, and I've talked about it extensively. I've written a lot about it extensively, but I really want to draw it with the uniqueness when it comes to Nigeria.